Okay, hi everyone. This is Shweta Shah. A big hello to you all those who will view me now live or those who will be seeing us later on this wonderful platform of the Parent Station, which is a big platform where you are able to interact with lovely speakers and come across lovely educationalists and so many things to learn, games, activities, so many live shows, and so much about parenting. So, what are we going to have special today? You know, I am your parenting partner. So, what is a parenting partner? Parenting partner is someone who shares everything about parenting with you. Some humor, let's have some fun with some fun time incidents that you might have shared with your little one or elder one or a teenage child. And maybe probably let us share some incidents that we have. And the topic for parenting humor today is uh, what can it be? It is eating habits. We all, as mothers of different age group of children, are facing same problems. What should I cook so they would eat? Okay, let's have some fun time related to that, and we will have some parent quiz. So, what's on the parent quiz? Okay, let me explain. We will have some unjumble words. We will have some picture cards, picture quiz. You will have to guess some objects in a puzzle picture, or you might have to guess a character of a very famous storyline of books, which I'm sure you as parents would have read to your child, or you might have read it yourself when you were a child. So, does not this sound very interesting? And yes, we will also learn a parent child activity, that is something you might have done or maybe will learn here today to do as an activity to share your hobbies or to develop a liking for reading or towards books. So, what will it be? You will have to wait for it till the end of the session. So, how do we start? I would want to start like as a parent, I feel the best way to connect to your child is through humor by sharing fun moments, fun incidents, and some jokes and some pally time with them so that you do not dictate anything to them. They will listen to anything that you will say and probably be like a friend to you. But yes, there is always a demarcation line. There is a parent and there is a friend. So, this and so much more we will share on this live session here today. So, I will want that you all interact with me by participating if you know the answer to the questions or anything that I ask you by typing it down in the chat box. I will read it. If you have any comments, any suggestions, or anything that you relate with this topic, please share it in the comment box. Please do like this video and share it with your friends. And now, let us begin. So, let us begin by something that we did as children. Had you ever unscrambled words that your teacher had asked you? Or maybe you can do it as an activity with your little child at home by using spellings or words which relate to their age group. A two-letter word, a three-letter word, a four, a five, or anything that suits the age of your child. This is a wonderful activity you could do with your child so as to teach them new words, so as to teach them how to handle critical situations, and also it is a very nice family time, good activity. So let me start with the three words. I'm going to share three words which you have to unjumble. Means the spelling is mixed up. You have to sort it out and type the right word if you know the answer in the chat box. Okay, so are you ready? I hope you are. So I have this small card where I've written these words. I will flash it out to the screen. You can go by the word that I'm putting my finger on. Let's take the first word. So the first word is G, A, L, and F. It's a four-lettered word. And let me give you a kind of a tip. It's something that waves with the flow of the air. and we usually see it on Republic and Independence Day. And it's a favorite thing. Like children like to wave it. So what is this word? Do you know this word? Again, it is G A L and F. So try to see what kind of a real word this jumbled up alphabets could make. Can you guess? Can you guess? If you can, type it in the chat box. Okay. So let me go to the next word. At the end of this, you can keep thinking about this. Just write it down, and before the session ends, even if you know the answer, you can type it down later. So we are going to give a big applause to those who know the answer. Okay. My next word is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-lettered word, and it starts with O, M, S, K, and E. Okay, guys, so it is a 5-lettered word, and let me give you a kind of a tip. It is something that you cannot catch. You can see, but you can't catch it. It just slips away, and if I blow at it, then it's going to go further away. And it comes out of engines and from chimneys. So, do you know this word? Yes, I think you've got it. So, again, OMSKE. If you know the answer, please type it in the chat box. Okay, then what do we have? We are having another little big word. Can you see there? It's the third word, and it goes like T S A T I O N and O. I think some smart people might get it right away. This word relates to something that we're already on. What platform? Oh my God, did you guess it? Okay, so these are the three words. If you have your children sitting next to you, or if you want to take it as a task with your child, do perform it. It's a Sunday evening. Could be better than solving a riddle together. Unjumble these words. If you know the answer, get back to the Facebook page and type in the answer, and we are sure to appreciate you. So, parents and children, we will come up with such nice brain twisting activities every time we have a live session with Shweta Shah, that is me, your parent partner at Parent Station. Do share this wonderful activities that we have on Parent Station with your friends and relatives and colleagues and in your groups so that everyone can enjoy. We usually have live sessions with different wonderful speakers that you will know or get to know if you scroll up and down the videos that we upload on YouTube or on our Facebook page and even on Instagram. So, I thank Parent Station for having me here and letting me be a part of this wonderful show. So, these were the three words. Again, you got it? Did you write it down? I will repeat it and show it again at the end so that those who join in late can even take part in this activity. Okay, so this was Unjumble. This is the beginning of our parent quiz. And what is the next part of the parent quiz? Are you a good reader? Do you read books to your children? Do you give them books on their birthdays? Or do you read a bedtime story? Not forgetting to mention, we are coming up with a beautiful session with Hetal, who is going to tell us bedtime stories. Wow, I'm super excited about it. So, it is something, a wonderful activity, storytelling, which will connect you to your child, whatever the age group. If they are bigger children, then you might inculcate a reading habit by gifting them books on important days like birthdays or anything. If they've accomplished a task, you can give them a book of reading. If it's a small child, a picture book. And if a bigger child, then it can be a related book. You usually get the age group written in the book if you buy it through Amazon, if you buy it through Crosswords, or if you order a book online, or if you go to a bookstore. You can even lend a book, to borrow it from someone, a relative or a friend, or maybe go to the library. Sounds fun, right? Okay, so let's go to the parenting quiz. In my quiz, I will see what kind of audience I'm getting. Let me start by something little easier, okay? So what I'm going to do is, I am going to show you some picture cards. Okay, I hope you can see this picture card. Right. And in this picture card, you are seeing characters which are belonging to a particular story. So, what you and your children have to do is, you have to guess which story is this. Yes, you got me right. You have to guess the story. If you know the answer, then you have to type down the name of the story in the chat box. Easy, no? Okay, so I'm going to show. And those who can see there is a fox or a jackal or whatever you can call it. And there's a crow and there's a tree and there's a forest. So this is a pretty common story which everybody might have heard, listened or seen or read or seen a video or probably read a storybook. So what is the story? Yeah, a story with a fox and a crow. Does this ring a bell? Okay, if you know the answer, type it down in the chat box, in the comments, so that we can get back to you if you've answered it right. Okay then, this was the first picture card. You have to type down the name of the story. And this is my second picture card. Look carefully. What you see here is a little girl sitting in the center on a chair. On top you are seeing three beds and you are seeing a bear. And down you are seeing three bulls and a mama bear. On top there's a papa bear. Okay, the three beds, the three chairs, and the three bowls and the bears. Do you know the story? Bear, beds, chairs, and bowls. I think I remember, and I think you guys also remember. So, have you ever heard about a story in which there are bears, beds, bowls, and chairs? Three. Everything is three. So I know the answer, but I'm not going to tell you. So this is a quiz. It's a story quiz. I'm a storyteller, and I love doing these activities with my children so that they remember their stories well, so that it's a memory in their mind. And it's a new way of telling a story and connecting with it after you've already narrated to your child. So, these are the picture cards. See it again carefully. Okay, if you know the name of the story, type it down in the comments and we will see your answer. Okay, I think some have got the answers. And now we are going to the third picture card. Okay, three words that you unjumble, two story cards, and the last story card. Hey, this looks a colorful story card. Okay, I see a big piggy mama. I think she's a lady pig. And there are three little baby pigs next to her. One, two, and three. And she's telling them something. So, do you know a story which has three pigs in it who do something that their mother has told them to do? Yes, I think you know. So if you know, type down the name of the story in the comment box and we are going to check the answer. Very nice. So we first did unjumble the words, then we did the story picture card quiz where I showed you three story cards. This is the one, yes, and I'm going to re-show you again. Okay, right, and I'm going to show you the third one. Yeah. Okay, so this were the three picture cards and they were for you to guess the name of the story. If you do not know, ask your children. They surely will know. You can show them the recording of this video and then type in the answers later on if you have missed the live show. Okay, I think you are having some fun. Isn't it going back into memory lane where you're feeling that your teacher is asking you questions? Okay, if you have any suggestions, please type down in the comments. We can do a particular session related to whatever your suggestion is in the next show. So, this is Shweta Shah, your parent partner. I am your partner for everything, fun and learn. Okay? So, what is the quiz? Last question. You know there are categories of living things in this world. There are human beings, there are animals, there are birds, and what else do we have? We have something like insects. Insects. No one likes them. But it's a tedious topic to be taught to children. They never want to learn about insects. Only insects they would know about is maybe an ant, or maybe a butterfly, or maybe, you tell me. Okay, so today, to let your children learn about insects or let the topic of insects become more interesting, I will show you a quiz board which has a little pictures or cutouts of parts of the insects. What you have to do is, when I show you this picture, you have to write down the names of the insects that you think are there in this picture jumbled up. There are small parts of every insect, not the whole part, not the whole insect. So you have to guess which insect it's going to be. Fun, right? Okay, so let me show you. Are you ready? Okay, I'm going to show you this picture till I count till 10, and then I'm going to remove it. And if you know the answers, whatever, you can give it a try. Don't bother if it's right or wrong. The best part is participation. Okay, you can show it to your children. They will know it better, probably, if they are seeing Discovery Channel, a wonderful channel to introduce your children to animals and birds and insects and lot many things that are happening in the globe around us. Okay, look closer. What do you see? Here, let me show you. We have one insect here. We have one here and one here. Then we have one here, one next to it, and one here. We have one here, next to it, and next to it. Okay, so there are about six insects over here, and let me guess, let me show you, let me tell you that I can see, let me show you one. Okay, let me show you this. Okay, suppose this is a part of an insect known as grasshopper, a green insect with long hopping legs. You see it in fields, so that is grasshopper. So like that, what are the other insects that you are seeing in this picture? Can you guess through the color? Can you guess through the body parts? Like, does it have wings, or does it have a lot of legs, or does it have two legs, or by the face, or by the color? I'm going to show it to you again. Can you see the first one is having wings? The second one is the creepy one, which you see in houses. The third one you see, might be you see it in gardens. You see this insect everywhere, and it leaves bites. And the one next to it, the colorful wings, here you can see it hopping on flowers. And the one here, you can see it buzzing around in homes, making homes in homes. Yes, I know what you are guessing. I told you it's a grasshopper. The one here looks like a leaf, and the one next to it has a red dot. So who knows all these insects? Do you know them? If yes, then you have to type it down in the comments. If you know all of them, you sure are smart. You can Google it if you don't know the answer. And this way, you will introduce the topic of insects to your children. It's a fun time activity. You can share this video with them when they're lying next to you and ask them to answer. First, maybe they might not get connected, not interested, but then slowly, gradually, try to drag your children into such activities and surely they will have fun. It's with time and we have gone through unjumble the words, the three words, and we did the picture, guess the insect, guess the insect, guess the insect. Okay, and we did three story cards. We did one, we did two, and we did three story cards. Right. So I think that was fun, right? It was not that hard, and maybe you know the answers. Try to guess the answers. This was a parenting quiz. We'll try to get you even better on the quiz part as we try to do more sessions and on the upcoming next session that we have on Parent Station. Stay tuned in for more from Shweta Shah, your parenting partner at Parent Station. Isn't this a wonderful platform? We have been through so many webinars and so many talk shows and so many YouTube videos, but this sure is fun. It is something that will interest you and your children. Okay, so now what do we have next? And let me check out the time. It's an activity which you could do with your child. You know, children, as they grow up, they are always going to deal with books, and a lot of reading and writing, and all they will see is books. So why not develop an affinity for something that is called books? Through storybooks, through storytelling, and even through an activity which is known as Make Your Own Book. I love this activity. I do it in my storytelling workshops where I ask my children to make their own storybook. If they are small children, we do it with only pictures. If they are bigger kids, as per the age group, they write in their own dialogues down, reading the picture, numbering it, giving it sequence of 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. It's a short story that children have made by creating their own storybook. So what do you need for making your own book? It can be a slam book. You know, as small kids, we used to have slam books where we used to share the important thoughts or nice say about us from our friends, from our teachers, from our cousins. Oh, I used to love them. And what do I need for making my book? All I need is something that you would have at home. A coloring paper, A4 size paper, or you can have a white paper that you can tear from an old book, drawing book. A plain paper, that is what I mean to say. And A4 size is a decent size. You can take a bigger if you want the width of the book to be more. So sit with your child today, see this activity and try to make a book and help a child to initiate into an activity which is very helpful. Now, this was an activity which was inspired, like I liked this activity because it uses up waste papers. Like if you have some notebooks or drawing books which your child has used and is of no use later on as the academic year is over. My mother, when I was a child, she used to make me sit down at the end of our academic session after our final exams, and she used to tell me, tear out all the unused papers from the notebooks and then we are going to make our own notebook. Do you remember that? Our mothers used to say, yes. This is an activity inspired from what my mom told me. So I have used this two-colored A4 size papers. This is a parent-child activity. You can sit down with your child next to you and you can give instructions as I have told in this live session and do it together as a parent-partner activity. But What you need to do is you need to click a picture of the book you have made with your child or that your child has made by himself or herself and post it on the parent station page here in the comment box. Okay, so we get a feedback that you have liked this activity or that you have participated in this activity after we taught it to you. If you are seeing it and you want to do it together, you can grab a piece of paper, A4 size paper, any color. I have used two colors. Okay, so what you need to do is just fold it into a half, make the edges meet, edge 1 to edge 2. Again, fold it into a half. So I have done two folds. First, fold the big paper into half. Again, fold it into a half. Similarly, the second paper, fold it into a half and then again into a half. And what am I going to need for this? To punch the two holes to bind my book, I will need a punch machine, which you might have at home, or you can use a piercing material like a pencil or a scissor at the center of your book. How do you demark the center? Is fold it and the mark you get in the center is your center. Mix both the folded papers. Yes. And what you will do is punch a hole in the center and another. Okay, so I have punched two holes right in here in the center. Similarly, you have to punch the holes right into this. And then you mix up both these papers and through the holes, pass a string, a satin ribbon or a plastic ribbon or a woolen thread or a thread cut out from old rakshis or any fancy thread that you have at home lying around and pass it through both the holes like this, and you're going to tie it up in the center with a nice butterfly knot. Okay, so I'm trying it right here. Give a center knot and a butterfly. Help your child with this if the child is small. And I'm going to cut out the extra part. And here, you can make this not as fancy as you would like it to be. You can even stick some pom-pom balls in the center or a butterfly or a sticker to make it more attractive. And now what is the next part is we have open edges at the top. The book is open on top, but down as we had folded the paper, this is not open. So I'm going to use a scissor and I'm going to cut out the unopened ends of the book. I'm going to just scrape it right through and I will be cutting the unopened part of the book so that it will look like a book. Yeah, ta-da, it's done. So the pages are open, 2, 3 and 4. So if I join in this 2 inside and punch it together, I will have 2 colored pages, yellow and the purple. And next time in my upcoming next session, I'm going to show you a story activity sheet which you could probably take out as a printout. I'll tell you how, but then you have to come up for my next session of Parent Station. And I am your parenting partner and my name is Shweta Shah. So when I schedule my show, you need to come on this page, be live, it will be fun. And I will teach you how you can teach story sequencing to your children. How will you take out story printout sheets? What are story activity sheets? And the children can, as of for now, they can draw pictures. Suppose I'm taking this colored pen and I am writing down my story book. I'm going to write down my story book. I'm going to paste some pictures, or I'm going to do some paint and art. I can do yearboard painting, or I can do sponge painting, or I can stick some stickers, or I can stick some cutouts from old books, and then parents can help the child write down dialogues at the end. So here I can show you with the story picture card activity sheet, we have cut out the stickers and put it here, and we have written dialogues. The child can imagine and write dialogues as per their age, or you can help them write it. Like we have written down, Molly loved gardening and she wanted to plant some seeds. So she bought some flowering seeds by seeing what is happening in the picture. This is an initiation by which you will teach your children how to form sentences using words, understanding the picture, thinking what they could write, and then writing it down in the book. So, this is a wonderful activity for teaching language, grammar, sentence formation, using new vocabulary, and whatnot. I have such wonderful activities which I will share on my upcoming shows on Parent Station. Don't forget to log in and watch me live. So was a parent and child activity. Now, my favorite part. I had told that I will be sharing some parenting humor. What is humor? Humor is fun. Humor is something like jokes or fun or some incident or some fun thing that has happened related to your child. In our families, I'm sure there's something or the other which makes you giggle and laugh. If you sit down to glance back into memory lane, you will remember some funny events that you had with your children. So, our today's humor topic is eating habits. What does your child like to eat? And how do they want their food to be? And when do they want to eat? And something like, do they like what you cook? Probably the answer would be no. Mostly, unless you are a super duper cook, which many mothers are. But let me share what I usually face. I cook something with lot of feelings and emotions. My children are going to like it. And when they come to the table, they see what is put in the plate. They say, Mom, this is not what you had to cook. Couldn't you cook something better? Something nice? Why don't you see something on YouTube? So, my parents, never ever, I have treated my parents like this. But my children think I have to be a pro. My working efficiencies don't matter, but my efficiencies as a cook do matter. So, that's one humorous part. So, as of for you, have you faced any moments with your child which you feel that time you want to just pound them, but later on it will make you laugh? Do you remember having some funny things with your child not eating, or child being selective about what I will eat? Share it, type it down in the comment box, and we will read and laugh together. Surely don't fail. If you give in your good feedback and responses, I'm sure we are going to have a lovely relationship on Parent Station. Now, let me share one more thing. What do we feed our children? It is very important that you are happy when you cook. This I read on some spiritual page. Your emotions float into whatever you cook. So let me share a funny moment for this. When I was cooking, my son likes papad. So I was roasting the papad and it had some black spots. I shared this video with my child about emotions into cooking. And I told him that, every time I will cook, I will put on some good music, I will listen, and surely whatever I cook will turn out nice and something that you will like. He said, okay, so let me pass on the music that I like to listen. Otherwise, I don't know how it's going to be. So that's one humorous part. I laugh on what I had heard that day because I was listening to some 60s and 80s songs. And what does he like? He likes pop and rock. And I don't know what. I don't understand what he listens to. So if I listen to what he likes, surely I'm going to work at my phone. So that was one funny part. And yes, I as a child used to do something. My mother used to put 3 chapatis into my plate. And I used to count them. Oh God, three again. I never wanted to eat so much. So what I used to do is I used to nicely fold my chapati. I used to eat two. The third one I used to fold and put it under the katori, the bowl. And my mother, okay, show me your plate. I used to show the plate. And she will say, okay, you've eaten everything. And I will slyly go, yes, mama, I've eaten everything. And she's like, okay, lift your pot, lift the wadki, lift the katori. And I was like, gone. Okay, that was one fun thing that I had with my parents. So, is there anything like that that you have had with your child? I'm sure it happens. It happens on the dining table, it happens when you're snacking, it happens for breakfast, it happens for lunch, and so many things. So, type it down the fun time moment you have had with your little one, and we are sure to share some giggles on Parent Station. If you are seeing me live just now, then you can type it down later or you can type it down. I'm sure to read it and sure it's going to make me laugh. Okay, so let me share some tips about eating habits. I mean, humor, yes, but what do your children need? Mostly do not like to eat greens. So make the use of greens in a very fruitful way. Like blend it and mix it into the chapati atta and make some palak chapatis or palak parathas or whatever, beetroot. They don't like to eat it. So mash it up and put it into some vegetable gravy or probably into some paratha again or into some gravy of a vegetable or in the rice that you're making, tomato rice, palak rice. But it's important to feed your children with this beautiful things called spinach and beetroot, tomatoes. All the colored food is a must have. So don't cook in a monotonous way. Try to cook into something which looks very attractive and very fancy. Yes, there is one more humorous part I would want to share. Usually, I watch some parenting sessions and videos, and in one of them, it was written that leave happy notes into your child's lunchbox. That is, you write down, eat me, and I will make you healthy. Kind of like draw a smiley and write, eat me, and I will make you healthy. So I put up a vegetable and a paratha and put a smiley note in the lunchbox. And eat me, and I will make you healthy was a note. So the lunchbox comes back. The vegetable and the paratha is the way it is. And there is no smile. So I asked my child, hey, what happened? I left a smiley note, wondering that it had some good effect. But the child said, I had to eat the smiley note, right? Not the vegetable and the paratha. So that was the funny thing. So these are some things that we share with our child and with us. And I think you might be having such moments with your children too. If you have such fun moments that you have shared with your little one or the elder one, type it down in our comments or share it so that we can be a family and we can share our good times together. Now, let me share one activity as we have a little bit of time into the quizzing part. You all, I have told you, as children grow up, they must like to read books. So, they can be character books. Like, I'm not going to show you the name, I'm going to just show you the cover page. Can you see this funny little character? Yeah, I think many who are seeing this show would relate to this character. You might have read this book. It's a series of books. Like every time there is some new episode or there's some new part they have on each of this series of books. So what you guys have to do is, I showed the name almost, but if you watched me carefully, you would have seen the name. So you have to guess the name of this book. It is about a child and the times that the child had. And it is like, you know how you're supposed to come up with a list of resolutions at the beginning of the year and try to make yourself a better person? We all make resolutions. Well, the problem is it's not easy for me to do or think of ways of improving myself because I'm pretty much one of the best people I know. This book It exhibits the confidence a child has, or what is the self-esteem of a child, what a child thinks in its little mind, how things that we tell the child affect their small little brains. So, this is a very famous book, and you have to guess which book is this. I'm showing you part of the name. Okay, I hope you all guess what book is this. So, as a parenting tip at the end, after the revision of what we had in this session, I'm going to share a parenting tip. So, number one, what we did for people who joined late is we had unjumble the words, and these are the three words, that is GALF. Okay, number one word. The second word is OMSKE. Okay, it's kind of a gaseous thing. I'm just giving a tip. And the first one is something that waves. And the third word relates to what we are on just now, which medium we are on. So the word is TSATINO. So these words are twisted. You have to just set them up properly, and you have to tell me what the right word is. Okay. So for example, I can't say. Should I share the answer to the first one? Okay. But I won't tell the second one and the last one. You have to guess it and write it down in the comments. Okay. So the first one is FLAG. FLAG. Okay, guys. I hope some have guessed it right. Okay, claps for those who have done it rightly. And the other two words you have to guess. Okay, so that was unjumble the words. And then what I did is I showed some picture cards or story cards. This is one story. We have pigs over here. 1, 2, 3, and 4 pigs we are having. 3 plus 1 elder pig. Guess the story. The second story card is this one, in which we are having a bear. Here we are having a bear, and we are having a big bear, and another bear here, and a little bear here. Okay. And we are having beds, we are having chairs, and we are having bowls. Everything is in a count of 3. So does that ring a bell with story? Okay. And the third picture card, story card, is we see the fox and the crow on the tree, and the fox is telling the crow something. So these are the 3 stories. You have to guess. Let me guess one for you. For example, this one is the fox and the crow. Or tell me what's the name? Okay, the clever fox. Yes, where he wants to eat the chapati or the bread that is in the mouth of the crow. That's the story. So guess the story, type in the answer, and we are going to clap for you. Okay, and this was one picture quiz where we want to unjumble which insects are shown. Oops, I showed you the answer. So here, what are the 6 pictures? I shared that this one is a grasshopper. This one looks like an insect. The other one has a red dot. And this is commonly seen in homes, and it's an itchy feeling when it bites. And this one is seen on flowers, and this one is seen making homes in our homes. And this one is seen to fly around and make some muddy homes, right? And this one is found hiding in the dark corners of the house, and this one is found in gardens. So guess which all insects you have seen in this insect puzzle picture. Okay, and type in the names. Let me guess a few. We are seeing a butterfly. Yes, guys. And then we are seeing a leaf insect. Yes. And we are seeing something like a beetle. Yes, and yes, the other one, the harder ones. I told you the easy ones. I'm going to show you the answer. I'm going to show you the answer page. Quick and fast, you can guess. Whoops. Okay, the smart ones have seen it. Try to find the answer from this. And then we asked you to guess. No guess, but we asked you to understand how we did making this whole storybook. So this is an activity with a parent and child can do together, and you need A4 size paper which you have folded. You can take as many colors as you want. You can take white page also. So fold it first half, second half. So you are having an openable, but the top portions are open, but the down ones are sealed because we folded the paper. So we need to cut out the closed edges. Yeah, the 1 month closed edge and the other closed edge. Okay, so all the four are open. You can do it with a metal scale if your child is small, so that they don't get hurt with the scissors. And you punch a hole in the center, fold it and take the center part and put the punch aimer over here and make a hole. Okay, guys, punch it and make a hole, and then we are going to take a ribbon and a thread or whatever suits you, and this will improve the hand and eye coordination when the child is passing it through these two holes and tie it up into a beautiful knot, and you have your own personalized book. You can stick stickers, you can draw, and you can write, and it's a wonderful activity. Even they can paint and write, right? So, did we have fun with all the activities that we had here today? The parenting humor, the fun part, with your child eating habits, the story quiz, the puzzle, the unjumble the words, and even learning how to make a book, a parent and child activity, and the story. Which book, famous book is this? Guess it by the cover page. Yes. And if your child is growing up, teach them how to fall into love by reading nice stories to them. If they are very small, read picture stories to them with very colorful books, buy books, gift books, borrow books. Books are what your child will never, never, ever have it out of their lives. It's like a treasure. You give books an inheritance. Okay? So let me share an incident. My parents, my father especially, used to always gift me a storybook on my birthday. And whenever I used to go out station for some work, I used to come home, I used to wait which book is going to give me. So this is how parents should be. Give them something nice so they grow up into wonderful human beings. So I think it's almost time up, and I will want to end my session. So bye bye. Have a good time. Have a good Sunday night and an evening. And share these wonderful activities with your children. Have a good family time and share your inputs. Write down whatever you experience. Share some pictures. Post it on Parent Station page. Share these wonderful activities that are happening on Parent Station with your relatives, friends, and colleagues, and even your children. I'm sure they will have fun. So, I will check out all the answers that you have typed in or will type in later. If you have watched me live, do like. If you like the show, write your comments. If you like what's happening on this platform of Parent Station, please leave a feedback. And I am Shweta Shah, your parent partner at Parent Station.